Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Dorian, and you're listening to Highway to Scale. It's a podcast in which we explore the ins and outs of business success and where we cover topics like validating business ideas, exploring different management styles, building products, launching them on the market, raising capital, and scaling your business. Now, before we get to the main part, please consider subscribing and get in touch with me if you want to be a guest on the show. In today's episode, I'm joined by Massimiliano, who is the CEO of Contents. He is a serial entrepreneur with 5 successful exits. He is also the author of the bestseller called Successful Startups, and he's one of the few Italians who appeared on Forbes and on Fortune. In this podcast, Massimiliano will tell us about the mindset of following his own instincts, what are investors focused on when they're looking to invest in a new company, and what does it take to successfully build and sell multiple companies. So let's cut the intro and let's jump right into the episode to see what Massimiliano can teach us about building a business. Massimiliano, thanks for joining me on the Highway to Scale.
Thank you very much indeed, Dorian. How are you today?
Very well, very well. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Excellent. So, before we jump into the main topics, could you tell me a little bit more about Contents, about your company? How did you start? What are some of your current goals?
Okay, great. Let me introduce myself. I'm an excellent entrepreneur. I'm 40 years old and I've done this job for the last 20 years. I'm old. I founded the company that 3 years later would be my first exit during the university. I exited 5 times as founder and 3 times as an investor. And after my last exit, I did 5 years of sabbatical and as an investor only. And I realized that I have much more fun being an entrepreneur, much more than an investor. So in 2018, I launched Content, my new venture. We are a deep tech company that is trying to innovate in a wonderful market that I love since I was a child, the marketing and communication industry. It's a rich industry for sure. But how can I say? It's been a standstill for too long. We are trying to renew it through AI. We are learning more and more how to generate content automatically without human intervention.
So, can you tell me what are some of the biggest benefits of your platform as opposed to some of your competitors?
Oh yeah, what makes our company unique is the way it's disrupting the world of information communication through AI. The competition around is growing day by day. I'm proud to say that we are a leader in this field and our technology is well ahead of our competitor. Our intuition is that this technology should be not prerogative of Accenture, Deloitte, McKinsey. These big consulting firms sell technology, which in part already exists, at a very high cost only to those who can afford it. We try to democratize it and make it available to everyone. So we have worked to lower the cost a lot and to make this technology available to everyone. That's the big news on Contents. And then, of course, the proprietary algorithm, which allows all to go faster than others. And we aim to be global, and we already have a presence in 5 important countries like Spain, Italy, France, UK, and now also in the US. And we are trying to offer several tools in only one platform for a more organized and harmonious vision.
So, can you tell me a little bit more about this technology? Okay, I understand that it's proprietary and there are some things that you of course can't share, but what do you see as the biggest benefits of using AI in software?
AI, automation, or robotics are some of the most pressing issues on contemporary society. The future scenarios of work, for example, will be strongly characterized by pressure of automation, and it's no longer possible to consider these issues as a matter of science fiction or robotics research labs. The central question, that needs to be asked is in fact the role that will be reserved for the human in these areas, and how to prevent that the innovation that artificial intelligence incorporates will also overflow into the disruption of the contemporary and future social fabric. Our goal will never imply replacing human work, but creating an efficient support that can help creators, e-commerce owners, advertisers to speed up tasks in a smarter way. That's why we are not scared but excited about this technology growing every day, because we have the right tools to understand it, exploit it, and optimize our work through it. It happens that sometimes the journalists talk about us as those who are going to replace journalism. But exactly. I would like to specify that this is not the case, not at all. We want to free people from manual work, from copy and pasting, from reshuffle news, because that's what the machine does. The machine will never do an interview like you now, and an investigation. The machine is able to take content that already exists, redo it, write it better, and write it faster.
Yeah, exactly. But people are scared because they still don't understand AI in the fullest. I mean, it's a fairly new technology, so it's kind of understandable. But I really like your mindset. We are not here to replace you. We are here to speed up the work, make everything more efficient. Can you tell me a bit more? How do you see the future of AI?
How can I say? It was just said that the AI will be central in our future. So understanding it, exploiting it, could be just hell.
So when we talk about you as a CEO of contents, can you tell me what are you currently focused on the most?
I do love a lot the operation, but I can't because I have no time. And, every day is important to wake up and decide to learn something new for me. Read, stay informed, be hungry for culture and life. And only by working primarily on ourselves, growing and improving, we will always be 10 times better than our competitors. This is my mindset.
That is true.
And speaking about contents, we know that to get off the top, we must always aim high. And another peculiarity of our startup is being borderline. We insert ourselves in a gray area and avoid that we saw an opportunity and we jump on it. We are off to a great start and we are to innovative capacity of our idea.
How would you describe your management style when it comes to building your team, building your business, building your company culture?
Well, we are flexible, lean, and I like to say crazy pivotal. We were told that to remain the best, you must always strive for excellence. A big mistake is to get attached to your idea and consequently become reluctant to make changes and improvements. Nothing could be more wrong. For me, as an entrepreneur, as an investor, the idea is nothing itself. Execution is everything. And I would like to say that Contents is an execution company.
Can you tell me about some of those big changes that you made during your career?
For example, we started as a media company powered by AI, and now we are a deep tech SaaS company. We changed our skin during the pandemic, and was a success.
That's great. So I read one of your interviews.
Oh wow! Great.
Well, in this one, you had a great quote that says that you, as a business owner, are never satisfied, that you follow your instincts and that you've done some mad things. Can you explain that mindset a little bit? What are some of the positive sides of that, and are there maybe some negative sides?
Well, first of all, every day we innovate. As a team, we consult, we study, we experiment with new goals. We decide what to do, how to grow, how to become the best version of us every fucking day. If you find an idea, you can stop thinking about it. It's probably a good idea. And in contents, we will never stop thinking.
I wanna tell you a story. When I was 19, as soon as I finished the university, I had a plan that at the time they told me, "You are crazy, guy. You are crazy," and I wanted to compete with the biggest telco in my native country. I'm from Italy on the internet business, and I was alone. I was 19 and alone. It was 1999, and in 3 years I had 20 companies, and the 20 companies choose my startup rather than telecom. In 2001, a big French group bought me, and was my first exit. If I hadn't that ambition, that time to compete with the biggest telecom around, I would surely not be here today. So ambition is the first trump card for me. The second is never being satisfied, always wanting to improve, to innovate.
As we talked about in the beginning, you were an entrepreneur and you're also an investor. What made you go back to entrepreneurship?
I just having more fun in being an entrepreneur. I like to be in the office with my team. I like to be on the product. It's something completely different. And I prefer to be an entrepreneur than an investor, because being in control, actively making and creating is my passion since I was born. And I still think I have a knack for it. And
basically drives you every day, as you said. You can through entrepreneurship, you can learn every day, as you said. That's one of the most important things.
Well, I'm also an investor, so how I choose the startups where I invest my money. First of all, I invest in people, because team for me is everything.
Okay. What are you looking for in a team when it comes to choosing a new company?
Focus and passion. If I don't believe in half-time founders. I don't believe in people not having fun. And now that I'm older, I also believe in numbers. Before, not. Now I believe in numbers.
How much time do you? I know you still invest in investing.
Not much. Now I'm really focused on contents, and I also invested some of my money, of course, on contents. So not much. Now I have also two children, so my life is full of little kids around and contents.
That's great. Can you tell me what are maybe some other aspects when it comes to investing? What else do you look for besides people and their focus?
I never invest in niche. I always invest in big and rich industries. Because the big and rich industries are where you can bring innovation, and is where you can disrupt.
So, what would be an example of a big rich industry?
Content marketing, for example.
Okay.
Content marketing it's rich, but it's old, so it's perfect for me.
Basically, a lot of traditional industries that are not yet digitalized are prime real estate for investing.
Yeah, but we are also in the second or third generation of internet entrepreneurs, so it's time now to innovate in the first generation of digital business, like content marketing.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I agree.
it's a great opportunity now.
Contents recently raised $6 million, if I'm not mistaken. Can you tell me more about that process? Okay, we've covered your side. What do you look for and when you're investing in a new company? But when you're looking for someone to invest in your company, who are you looking for? What kind of an investor?
There is a lot of money around, a lot of money, even in Europe. When you're looking for an investor, don't just look for money, but look for the right people. And that's what guided us in this round. And we are very happy to have found the perfect partners to accelerate our growth. So people, not money.
Okay, when you say accelerate growth, what do you exactly mean? Is it
revenue? Of course, we are not in California, so revenue is very important. And we aim to become a truly global company. This is our goal.
Okay, so you mentioned California. Can you tell me a little bit more about your thoughts on Europe startups versus US startups?
Well, now I'm speaking with a lot of venture capitalists from California, and I would like to say that things are changing because now, 10 years ago, they used to invest only in California startups.
Yeah.
Now they are looking all around the world. Who cares if you are in Milano, if you are in India, if you are in Croatia, but you must be truly global, with truly global customers, with truly global mindset. Who cares where you are? It's not important, but you must be truly global. So now it's a great opportunity, not only for the entrepreneurs, but also for the venture capital firms in Europe. Because money is money everywhere.
True. We can see a lot of European companies are getting more and more investments. So it really looks like the entire focus has a little bit shifted, from solely looking onto the US startup scene, and it's going back to the Europe. Can you tell me a little bit more about bootstrapping? What do you think about bootstrapping as opposed to raising outside capital? Is it something that you'd try?
Okay, I will start from a point and I will finish to a completely different point.
Okay.
Well, it's only fair that each startup choose the best formula with respect to its own possibility and goals. In the startup phase, railing solely on one's own strengths and startup's ability to generate income. Force one to be shrewd and ready to seize all the opportunity that arise along the way. The decision to bootstrap with all the limitation that comes with it, first, and of course the scarcity of capital, force startups to transform this limitation into opportunities. The development of a client-centric philosophy, the increase in the sense of responsibility and discipline of team, the development of all-important problem-solving, decision-making and creative thinking skills, and then, the ability to maintain the control of the company are just some of the growth opportunity experienced in bootstrapping. My first startup was totally bootstrapped. But for sure now in 2021, if you need capital, you need capital if you want to lead. Absolutely, you need capital now.
You can take the bootstrapping round, but you need to be aware your growth is going to be slow. When you take outside capital, you will be able to grow much faster, but you have that set of limitations that come with raising capital. What would be, let's say your top 2, top 3 advice for young startup owners?
Okay, first of all, you have not to be afraid to make mistakes. The best ideas are born out of failures. out of the 1,000 times you have tried to succeed, and out of 1,001 times you finally arrive at the result you opt for. So this remains the only springboard to reach and strive for the best version of yourself. And what else? Of course, the study, interest, and curiosity are the basis for success as an entrepreneur, because only if you learn from others, you notice the mistakes and the grade in which to fit. And I would like to say also that I'm a fan. I really love the copycat. And three of my 5 exits was a copycat of a US company that I just copy in the Europe.
Nice. Basically, you don't always need to be an innovator to achieve success. That's an amazing.
You can copy and then innovate the copy.
You don't need to innovate, from the ground up.
I want to suggest to everyone to read the book of Cleon, Still Like an Artist. Austin Kleon. The name is Still Like an Artist. You will find on Amazon, and it's a great inspirational book. Still Like an Artist.
Like an artist. Let me ask you just one more question. When it comes to contents, you've started the company a couple of years ago. What were some of the biggest challenges that you faced over those years? And can you tell me, how did you solve them?
Well, my biggest challenge was and is attracting and retaining the best talents. Absolutely is my biggest challenge. As I told you before, for me, execution is everything. So having the best talents around is my priority. And it's not easy. It's not only a matter of money. It's make ourselves known as an innovative company, that which we are actually. It's another challenge, and it's strongly related to attract talents.
Yeah, you need to tell the story of your company, because
of course you understand. So we also want to grow, expand abroad even more, and. Our attention is not to be only international but global. It's strong and exciting for me.
What are some of the future plans for contents? Maybe what are some of your next steps? What can we expect from your company? Let's say during this or the next year.
Well, there is a huge opportunity in the content creation industry. We want to become the booking.com of the content industry.
Okay, great.
We hope to be a support more and more for the small and medium enterprises that rely on us. We hope to become more and more global. We intend to never lose our innovation, our creativity, because this is what makes us alive.
That's great. Creativity and innovation with that aspect of stealing like an artist really sounds like a prime combination.
It's really, really related.
You can take any angle that you want. Okay, we can maybe do that copycat angle. Start our success. Okay, and we can allot some of our time into direct innovation, something that we will do from the ground up. That's amazing. Massimiliano, thank you so much for joining me on this podcast. This was short and sweet, but I think we got the gist of what makes you a successful entrepreneur and an investor. So I really want to thank you for joining me and for sharing all of these insights.
Thank you, Dorian. Thank you, everyone. And as I always say to my team, keep pushing.
And we are done. If you stuck with us until the end, here are a few key takeaways from this episode that I want you to remember. Number 1, don't get attached to your idea to the point that it prevents you from making changes and improvements. Every idea can be upgraded, so think of it as a starting point that's made real through proper execution. Number 2, allow yourself to embrace the mindset of never being fully satisfied. Constantly look for new ways to innovate and improve yourself, your company, and your products. This will keep you ahead of the curve. And number 3, there's a lot of money around. So when you're looking to raise capital, don't just look at the amount of money that someone is willing to invest into your company, but also look at the people. Get a partner who will help you accelerate your growth. Okay, now, before you sign off, don't forget to subscribe so you get notified when we publish new episodes. And leave us a review if you enjoyed this podcast and learned something new. It will be highly appreciated. Also, if you want to be a guest on the show, shoot me an email or hit me up on LinkedIn. My contact info is down in the description. And that's it. I'm Dorian. You've been listening to Highway to Scale, and I'll see you all in the next episode.